Hi there everybody, it's Rosie here from inkybutterfly.wordpress.com. Thank you for joining me again today for another card making tutorial. And today's card features a background stamp. So these are my two samples that I've blended the background with. So on this one we used Daffodil Delight and Pumpkin Pie. And on this one I used Flirty Flamingo, Melon Mambo and Rich Razzleberry. And just teamed it up with some black for some extra pop. And the stamp set that we're doing this with is called Wild Roses. As I say, it's a background stamp. So for me, the best way to use this is with the Stamparatus tool. So that's what we're going to do. I've taken out the foam mat because we don't need that for this particular image. And I've just got an oversized piece of cardstock there, so that we can just trim that down once we are ready. I'm just going to go over this very generously with some Versamark ink. So we are going to heat emboss this, and this is a clear sticky ink that will hold onto that embossing powder when we heat it up. And we're going to bring that across to the cardstock by flipping over the window, and I'm just going to stand up and press down on that, and the cloth just helps my hands slide over there. So do find if you've got a cling stamp close to the hinge, you just need to apply just a little bit more pressure. So just standing up on there and giving that a good firm press. Like so, and we can just have a quick look, and that's stamped fantastically, so we can put that to one side. Of course, if we had missed a bit, using the Stamparatus means that we can reposition that piece of paper and put that into place. So I'm going to use white embossing powder for this particular project. Could use clear as well, and we're just going to put that on at this end and then just work it across, trying to keep it as much as possible into this tray. And it's just gone everywhere, and just tap off the excess like so. Okay, so you can see there that powder's now holding on to that ink. And we'll just tip this away so it doesn't spread itself out. Like so. We're just gonna, you can't see it but I can feel it. Okay, so this now needs to be heat set. Now that's really super loud on the camera, so what I'm going to do is pause the video here, go away and heat it, and I'll come back to you when that's done. Okay, so that's all heat set, and now it's all nice and shiny, and now we can use our blending brushes to go over the top. I'm going to use the sort of bluey greens and colours this time, and we're going to start with Coastal Cabana. So this is one of the new Stampin' Up blending brushes. Totally in love with these brushes, they're absolutely fantastic, and they're only £11 something for a set of 3. So really affordable, and you don't need a brush for every colour. You can just use one brush for sort of colour families if you like. So this brush I'm using now, I'm going to use for all 3 of the colours that I'm going to use. I'm just working from light to dark just to make sure that there's no carryover on my ink pad. It would be minimal, it wouldn't be a lot, but just want to try and avoid that a little bit. Then I'm going to come in with Bermuda Bay. Not going in to the ink pad quite so heavy in the first instance with this because it is much bolder colour, and you can always add ink but you can't take it away, so just to be cautious when you're using strong colours. So we're overlapping the Coastal Cabana, just making those colours work together, and just leaving a strip in the middle there for Pretty Peacock. This Pretty Peacock will be retiring in June. It's one of the in colours. So again, this is super strong colour, so I'm just going to go a little easy to start off with and then come in a bit darker. So the embossing will hold on to some ink, because you can see it's not white anymore, it has got picked up the colour. So I'm just dragging that excess ink down towards the lighter portions just to help blend that in. Oops. Okay, and that's looking fabulous. And it will look even more fabulous when we just wipe off that excess ink. So I'm going to bring in a soft cloth, which I'm just going to spray lightly with some water. You don't want loads because you don't want your cardstock to go peel on you or anything. So by wiping away that excess ink, the white embossing just becomes brighter and you can see your blending a lot better, and I am very happy with that. Okay, you can use the same sort of damp cloth just to tap off your excess ink on there as well. Right, so we'll bring in the trimmer and cut this down. So what I do is I line up the edge there in the track of the trimmer so it looks sort of straight. Because it's bigger than we need it, we can rectify any wonkiness anyway. Now you've got a straight edge to use with your butt bar, so you can now come in and trim off that end, and now we can trim it to size. My cat is shouting outside the door, so if you can hear that strange noise, that is her protesting as to why I've left her on her own. And we're going to cut that down to 5.5. So 5.5 by 3 3/4, and I'm just going to check that against this because I've just had this moment where I thought it was wrong, but no, that's correct. So this black cardstock that we're going to layer in is my normal 4 by 5 3/4. Okay, so that's my cutting done. And we can layer that onto our black layer. And then onto our card base. There we are. Just using Stampin' Seal. It's, this new tape runner is really much stronger than our seal product. Sorry, our snail product that we had before. And now my tape runner's misbehaving. Hasn't done that for a while. So they are refillable, those adhesive runners, so you can just buy one sort of handle if you like, or maybe a couple so you've got a spare, and then you can just buy refills, and the refills are exactly the same length as the original one was. So that's how that's shaping up. We just need to add our sentiment panels. So we need a black portion with that. So that's those are the Stitched So Sweetly dies these coordinate with the So Sentimental stamp set. And on the two samples, now I went with the black sentiment on this, and that was cool. When I did it with this one, I felt like it needed a bit more oomph, so I added the Melon Mambo. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go Bermuda Bay, the middle tone if you like, for this one. And that's another one of the stitched So Sweetly dies, so using those together. So Sentimental is one of my go-to stamp sets, I have to say. Just really useful. And I'm just going to run those through my cut and emboss machine. There's our black piece and our sentiment. So again, we'll just put some seal onto that. And then the whole thing is going to be added to the card with dimensionals. Try and get it in the middle. And we're just going to add some matte black resin dots that I cannot find right now. What did I do with them? There they are, under my ink pad. There they are. These matte black dots are in the Love You Always suite, so you'll find them on those pages there. And I just like the fact that they're matte as well, which means they're good for guy cards too. And that, my friends, is it. So I wonder which one you like the best. There. Let me know. Hope you've enjoyed that. Thank you very much for joining me once again. All the links and stuff are in the description below. Take you straight to my online shop if you wish to purchase anything. Thanks so much, everybody. Stay safe, won't you? And I'll see you soon. Bye.